city, baby.
Hi everybody, what is up? My name is Katrina, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Today we're just going to talk about the 50-30-20 budgeting rule and how that can be a good thing or a bad thing. And when I was looking up how to do budgeting, I know I was trying to find out the different methods that there are so I can make the best educated decision. So that's why I'm making this video, because I know there's other beginners out there wondering exactly what they can do as well. So let's hop into it. Guys have been following me for a while. You know that I do like a mix of like budgeting 101 and a little bit of cash stuffings, which I'm trying to get more into as time goes on. So I'm trying to do all that as well. But in today's video, I really want to talk about the 50-30-20 budgeting rule because when I was looking up budgeting methods, that was the one method that kept popping up, and it got glorified as like the go-to budgeting rule, and it's super easy to do and it works and all this other stuff. So we're just going to break it down. And so that's what we're going to do, because I know there's other beginners out there who have the same questions. And so the first thing I want to cover is what exactly is the 50-30-20 rule. And that is that 50% of your net income, meaning your take-home pay. And I will provide an example as well, so don't worry. So 50% goes to your needs, and that includes rent, utilities, electric, gas, car insurance. Those are, for some people, necessities. I have the worksheet up. So under the 50% of wants, they have mortgage and rent, utilities, groceries, car loans, credit cards, phone bills, and then they have a few sections for other on the worksheet that I found from Majority. And so that's the things that you absolutely need to keep a roof over your head, to get to and from work. And that's why they included the car loan, because for some people that does include car costs like insurance, car loan payment, and gas, because they need that for their job, because they either need the reliability of their own transportation or they're not in an area where they can take a bus or walk. And that's a very personal choice. And that's the one thing about budgeting, is it's a very personalized way to track your money and to have every dollar have a space to go to. And so the 30% of your monthly take-home pay is wants, and that's, they have listed out dining out, subscriptions, travel, and so that could be things that you want to have, like Netflix, cable, internet, TV subscriptions, your Amazon Prime, those sorts of things. You don't need them to survive and to have a roof over your head. And then they have 20% of your net income going to savings. And that can include your savings account, retirement, and investments. And so that can be a little vague too, because it doesn't accommodate for those who have debt payments. Balancemoney.com is where I'm getting this information from. And so it even says on their website, take it for a grain of salt. And that's what you have to do with any rule with budgeting, because it's not a one size fits all. You definitely have to do what works best for your situation and kind of take it from there. The 50-30-20 rule can also be very hard for people who are low income, and that's because their needs take up a lot of their checks, especially if you're making, like, I consider low income like $1,200 a month take home or less, because that barely covers rent for the month. And so you're having to really struggle to figure out where everything is going to be going. It also says that you still need to track your budget. And so this is another reason why I don't like this rule, because if you're tracking your spending in your budget anyway, you might as well just go do a zero-based budget. And another thing is your savings of 20% might not be enough for you. A person with a large income who has larger goals, so like a large income is like $2,200 a month or more they have like a $2,000 income a month or more where they have extra set aside and they want to like retire, they're going to have probably more going to savings, just like somebody who's having to pay off debt and they're really conscious about becoming debt free before whatever their deadline is. Then they're going to have more going to debt, and the savings portion is going to be debt and a little bit of savings. So they're going to want a higher percentage. And so you kind of have to like really tweak with the percentages, and it can be really, really hard doing it that way. It says this generally works because your finance goals and trying to set up a budget to pay everything off can be very, very confusing, especially for new beginners who weren't really taught this skill and financial wellness things from their parents or took budgeting classes and stuff in school. So it can be really hard and overwhelming, which I did agree with, because I have a hard time sticking to the plan because my impulses take control. And so that's the one thing it doesn't really count for, is impulses. So I'll post a recap right here of why I don't like this rule. I call it a guideline or a tip, budgeting guideline. It's not really a rule because it's not one size fits all, and it's not personalized to your income, and it can be really hard to figure out that exact percentage that you need. And so let me do my example for you guys. So we'll go off $2,000 take home. 50% would be $1,000, 30% $600, I think it was, and 20% would be $400. I can math today. So that's what we have here. Yes, okay, so it worked. So let me show you why I don't like this and why the percentages is what really gets me tripped up. So I just actually had to count everything out, and my bills, just my rent, renter's insurance, the utilities that I'm responsible for, and my phone bill, because I count that as a utility. I need a phone, so people, that came out to like $1,200. And then my wants took up more than $600. I'll leave that to you. And then like my savings was a little too high for me right now, just because I'd much rather put money away for like the short-term sinking funds, although I do need to really build my emergency fund pretty quickly. So I mean, that part I do agree with. 20% savings of your income, I can totally agree with if you're earning $2,000 a month for your income. If you bring home like, say $1,500 take home, like that doesn't even cover your rent, like for most people. So they wouldn't be able to do the 20% savings. So they would have to really do like a 70-20-10 rule if you're going off the percentages. So that's why I don't really like the percentage method and really like the zero-based budgeting, because it feels a lot more personal. It's based off of your spending habits. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more. And be sure to hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I post a new video. Sometimes it doesn't happen until Thursdays, let's be honest, because I'm human and my scheduling kind of gets messed up most of the times. Guys, be sure to check out the videos that I posted in the cards, and I'll post them in the description below as well. Really be sure to interact, you guys. It really helps me out, and I appreciate all the help I can get right now as I'm a small growing channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Yeah.